What's up? So we got a alternator right here, new one for a Generac light tower. So if you'll notice right here, you got a bolt on your adjuster, and then if you look down in there, I can't really see it from there, but down in there in between the belt, let's try to get the camera into a spot where I can see it. Anyways, right down here is another bolt. You can kind of see it down there, the one where my finger's pointing at. That's your other bolt that's gonna hold the alternator. Not the first one right here, but the one down there. Okay, so first things first, you're gonna unhook the battery. Then you're gonna unhook all your cables, undo the plug, undo the two bolts, get the fan belt off, pop the new one in, hook everything back up, and start her up. So let's see if we can get this one cracking. All right, so I got the battery unhooked right here, cables off. We're gonna start unplugging the wires and try to get this thing swapped out quick. Let's see, how does this wire come off? Well, you know what? Let's see what this one has to offer. Maybe we don't have to unplug them all. And look at that, perfecto. So it looks like you don't have to really unhook much of anything. You got an alternator wire right here. That has to come off. Looks like you just pretty much undo the slide connector. We're gonna add a slide connector on this end and then reconnect it. And that should be everything we need. That's a pretty simple setup right there. Of course, the notorious 10mm is MIA, so we're gonna go redneck. We're gonna do it with a pair of pliers. Good thing it wasn't tight. Good and tight. All right, so maybe a little bit more with them pliers. My fingers ain't working today. Let's see if that's loose enough. Man, that thing's been on there a long time, huh? Okay, once you get that off, you should be pretty clear. And that's unhooked. We can just go ahead and put this bolt back on there. Put that one back on. Let's check and see if we get lucky and have the same size as the battery. No, not the same size. So we gonna use Austin, should be a 13. Cracker loose. This one may or may not come out by hand. That's pretty good. Yes, I know I can grab a gear wrench. I just don't feel like searching when this one's right here available. Don't judge me. That's a long-winded bolt, eh? Come on, man. How many threads do you need? There we go. Now let's see if I can get my hand down there to loosen up the other one. The other one's gonna be down here. Let's see, I can't see it and get my hand down there at the same time. I had it. Let's see. This is a little rough. That didn't work. Loosen, let's see. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. You don't sing that to yourself while you're wrenching, you ain't a mechanic. Okay, let's see if I can get both my hands on here again. Wrench it. Oh, this is a horrible spot. Let's see if I can come from this way. There we go. A little something right there. I'll get my arm stuck in there. And open it. Man, another long-winded bolt on that, huh? That was a long one. Gosh, it good to go. Oh, and it's right there for itself, something on that. Well, that being done, we'll slide this right over. Pop the fan belt right off. And it should be in a little bracket. Kind of wiggle it out. I'll tell you, I gotta take the whole bracket off just to get the alternator in or out of there. That's stupid. There we go. And just like that, you got the alternator out. And let's fish this little girl back in there. Okay. So you can see the bracket down here. This right here is where it sits. There's a little spot where this goes into that. And we just fish this one down. Get her around her thing. And that one fits nice. Oh, almost knocked that over. So that one fits nice, and you just reverse the operation. Let's get this down in here. Try to get this lined up where it starts on the bottom one. And start the bottom one, to get it kind of in place. Probably go finger tight all the way as far as you can. It doesn't feel like it's doing anything for me. Let's see. It kind of feels like it might be grabbing. Nope, not grabbing nothing. So let's take this back out and double check that our bolt actually works. Yes, it does. So the threads are right. It's going through. Just to double check on that. Try this again. Sucks because I can't see what I'm doing down here. Can't even see if it's lining up at all. I'm definitely having trouble getting that bolt to line up. Give it a little wiggle. There we go. I grabbed something. Does that seem weird? Okay, find out, fall off the bottom pulley. Bring it all the way up. Go back on the bottom pulley. Onto the top. We're going to start this one. Okay, get that one started. We'll come back down in here. Get the bottom one a little tighter. You don't want to tighten the bottom one down all the way until you have your final adjustment done. Winded bolt. Hey. Okay, it's almost there. Okay, once you get close, just push with your hand. Check the belt. I usually do about, you know, 1/4 of an inch or so of play. You don't want it too tight. You definitely don't want it too loose. Should be good about right there. Get that bottom one good and tight. Check your tension, perfect. Of course, that don't fit in there. And tighten up the top one. Once you get the top one tight, now we can go back over here. Take off this nut. Hook up the cable. Yeah, the good old 10mm walked away from me today, so Don't hate on me for using pliers. 10 millimeters always lost. Someone should buy me one of those 10 sets. All the different sizes of deep, shallow sockets, 6 points, 12 points, 10 millimeters, everything, because I definitely need it. Let's pop that on there. Put your lock washer back. Put the nut back on. Okay, get that lock on. Get this nut snugged up. Bend it out of my way. Don't over tighten those. You break them off if you want to just tight enough to hold it so it doesn't come loose. It does have the lock washer. The lock washer prevents it from coming loose. So I need a male side and pop it together, and then we'll start her up. We'll test it out. Crimpers are broke, so we're gonna have to do this old school way. I had a set of strippers that you just clip on and pinch it, but they got broken, so we're gonna do this old school. Good solid connection. Let's just plug this into this. guess the blue don't like the red ones. It doesn't really want to go in very nice. Okay, come on. There we go. I guess you know it's a good connection. Alright, let's now you hook the battery back up. And we will fire this old girl up and test the charging system. Not to leave anything laying around when you start them up. You don't want it to fall into that fan or that belt or something and swing at you. Go buy a new tester, a voltmeter or a multimeter, whatever you want to say. I left mine out and it got rained on, so that's not good. You don't let your stuff get rained on unless you're me. So we're gonna use my probe and we'll just make sure I'm getting 14 volts out of the probe, and that'll tell us that we're charging. So the probe's on right there. Should have 12 right now. I don't know if you can see that, but it says 12.6. So let's fire this thing up, and we will see if it gives me 14 volts. So I think we're good to go on this one. Yeah, so I think it's good. I'm getting 13.8, but there could be some discrepancies somewhere in my probe. I need an actual multimeter to come back and retest with the proper tool, because this one could be just, I don't know, giving me a false reading. But 13.8 is still above 12. It does show charge, so it is putting out voltage. So we're going to call this one good, and I hope that was helpful. You guys have a good one. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like,